After fans were puzzled about Naomi Osaka's absence at the Australian Open, she stunned the tennis world when she revealed her pregnancy as her excuse. Still, fans are puzzled by the stark omission. So, what was omitted? Also, Todd Woodbridge calls on Ash Barty to join Naomi Osaka on tour next year after the baby news. What did he have to say? Keep watching for more information on all these in this video. Starting us off, Naomi Osaka confirms fears as she withdraws from the 2023 Australian Open. Naomi Osaka's withdrawal from the Australian Open has reinforced worries that she will miss the tournament. The Japanese superstar has not competed since the September Torrey Pan Pacific Open. She withdrew before her next match after playing only 5 minutes of her first round match before her opponent quit. The tournament announced the news via Twitter before starting the first Grand Slam qualifying event, but did not specify the reason for her withdrawal. The tournament organizers wrote on Twitter that Naomi Osaka had pulled out of the Australian Open and they would miss her. The discovery comes only days after tournament organizers said they had yet to learn where their previous champion was, despite her name being on the admission list. The Australian Associated Press predicted that officials would look quietly resigned to the notion that the two-time winner would not attend the event in Melbourne, and their forecast has already been realized. Osaka returned to the United States after spending the holidays in Europe with her lover, the rapper Corday. The tennis star had also been promoting her new book, The Way Champs Play, which she had written. In it, she outlines the essential elements of becoming a real champion, such as being friendly, cooperating with others, giving your all, and most importantly, having fun. She shared an Instagram picture album with images from a trip to Paris. The former world number one's announcement that world number two, Ons Jabeur, had joined her sports management company, Evolve, on Thursday. Before that was the last time we heard from her regarding tennis. Reminiscing about an incident from their first encounter at the WTA Finals in 2015, Osaka continued that it had been gratifying to see her grow through the circuit and become the celebrity she is now. She added that she couldn't wait to see her create more history and soar even higher. Carlos Alcaraz, the men's world number one, will also be missing from the year's first major. The US Open winner was unable to win his second Grand Slam championship due to a leg ailment. After winning his first Grand Slam championship at Flushing Meadows in September, the Spaniard entered Melbourne Park as one of the favorites to win. He tweeted that he picked up an injury when he was at his best in preseason due to a random, unnatural training action. This time, it was the semimembranosus muscle in his right leg. He added that he worked so hard to prepare to play at the top of his game for Australia, but sadly, he won't be able to participate in the KARE A2 Plus Kooyong or the Australian Open. He remarked that it was difficult, but he must remain cheerful, recuperate, and look forward. He concluded that he would be ready for the 2024 Australian Open. The event organizers tweeted back that they were sorry they won't be seeing him this year and wished him a speedy recovery. They replied that they hope to see him back on the court soon. The teen has been hurt twice in recent months, including this latest incident. An abdominal muscle tear at the end of his 2022 season prevented him from competing in the ATP Finals in Turin. The Davis Cup Finals, which Canada ultimately won, were also missed by the Spaniard, who could not represent his nation. Next, Naomi Osaka reveals that she's pregnant, but fans are puzzled by the stark omission. Tennis star Naomi Osaka has revealed why she will miss the Australian Open this month, telling fans that she is pregnant. Osaka was a notable absence from the Grand Slam entry list heading into the next week's competition. During her absence, suspicion grew, but Osaka has now put that to rest with her pregnancy announcement. The Japanese actress shared the good news with her 1.1 million Twitter followers. The 25-year-old released a snapshot of her scan along with a lengthy message in which she claimed she would return to competition in Australia in 2024. The Japanese celebrity stated that although the last few years have been, to put it mildly, fascinating, she has discovered that the most challenging moments in life may also be the most enjoyable. She also said that these past few months away from the sport have been instilled in her newfound passion and appreciation for the sport to which she has committed her life. She went on to mention that she knew that life was so brief, and she didn't take any time for granted as every day was a new blessing and experience. She realized she had a lot to look forward forward to in the future. And one of those things was for her child to watch her matches and say, "That's my mom." She also said 2023 would be a year full of learning for her, and she wanted to see everyone at the start of the following one because she would be at Oz 2024. She also added that she adored all her fans. She dropped a side note along with her message that she did not believe there was a precisely ideal road to pursue in life, but she did believe that if one pushed forward with good intentions, they would ultimately find their way. Osaka's declaration comes after she has yet to compete on the WTA Tour since the Torrey Pan Pacific Open in September, where she was forced to withdraw after only 5 minutes. Her absence in Melbourne this month will undoubtedly be felt. The event has been a great success for the Japanese national, who has won the Australian Open twice. In the 2019 final, she defeated Czech superstar Petra Kvitova to earn her maiden championship. 2 years later, she added a second triumph by defeating American Jennifer Brady. But Osaka failed to mention the father of her kid in the post, a startling omission that baffled many of her fans. According to Tennis.com, it is her longtime lover, Corday, but the rapper hasn't commented on Osaka's Instagram post or made any further statements. Many fans were speculating who was the baby's father and why aren't they declaring it. Osaka said in her post that she will return to the game in time to participate in the 2024 Australian Open. The most significant blow to the tournament was the withdrawal of Carlos Alcaraz, the top-ranked male player in the world, due to injury. Osaka's withdrawal announcement from the Australian Open came just after Venus Williams pulled out. Williams withdrew from the 2023 Australian Open due to an unexplained injury she suffered this week while competing in competition in Auckland, New Zealand. The Australian Open confirmed on Saturday. It would have been the 42-year-old's 22nd major at Melbourne Park. Next, Australian Open champion Ashley Barty makes her pregnancy announcement. Ashley Barty, an Australian tennis player who won the Australian Open last year before retiring from the sport, revealed her pregnancy on Instagram. She announced that 2023 was shaping up to be the finest year ever, and she said on Friday, tweeting a photo of her dog, Orgy, and a pair of baby shoes, that they were pleased about their new journey. She added that her dog, Orgy, was the protective older sibling. Barty shocked the tennis community in March when she announced her retirement from the sport at the age of 25 with the top ranking in the world. She triumphed in 3 major singles tournaments, the French Open in 2019, Wimbledon in 2021, and the Australian Open in 2022. Following Justine Henin, who did it in 2008, Barty was the only woman to hold the title of world number 1 while retiring at the top of the game. The Australian began her professional tennis career in 2010, but from 2014 to 2016, she took a vacation from the game because it was too much, too fast. At the time, she was only 18 and stated that she wanted to live life like a regular adolescent girl. In 2017, she made a full-time comeback to tennis and subsequently dominated the game, winning 25 of her 26 subsequent games. Barty said earlier this week that she would return to Melbourne Park for the Australian Open this year to guide local prospect Olivia Gadecki. Olivia Gadecki is ranked 202nd in the world. At the United Cup in Sydney, Gadecki, who was given a wild card for the year's first Grand Slam, announced that Barty would join her team for the competition. Finally, Todd Woodbridge calls on Ash Barty to join Naomi Osaka on tour next year after the baby news. The announcement of Naomi Osaka's pregnancy and her decision to take a year off from tennis has been well received in the tennis community. Todd Woodbridge has stated that he hopes Ash Barty will follow Naomi Osaka's example and return to tennis after having a child. Osaka disclosed on Thursday that she is pregnant with her first child, explaining why she withdrew from the Australian Open just a few days earlier. Osaka, the women's champion at the Australian Open in 2019 and 2021, has brought about an extraordinary anomaly in which 5 of the previous 6 winners, including Angelique Kerber in 2016 and Serena Williams in 2017, Caroline Wozniacki, who won in 2018, and Ashley Barty in 2022, are either pregnant or have recently given birth. The lone outlier over that time is Sophia Kenin, who won in 2020. In an interview with Nine, even while he acknowledges it's wishful thinking, Todd Woodbridge remarked, hours after Osaka made her statement, that it would be amazing to see Barty join Osaka on tour next year. He said that he hoped a young Australian might be able to come back with her, and he thought to himself, maybe Osaka could call Ash Barty, as they'll both be new mothers by then. He added that perhaps they could set up a creche and travel it throughout the world, and Ash would be able to return. However, he concluded that he doubted Ash would agree, but wanted to drop the idea. Barty's earlier views on the subject won't inspire supporters with optimism. as great as it would be to see her return. She recently told the New York Times that what had shocked her the most was that she was comfortable in retirement. She also said that she would not return to tennis or any other professional sport. So that's it, guys. While Osaka has announced her pregnancy, nobody knows who the father is. Is rapper Corday the father? Also, do you think Ash Barty will ever come out of retirement? Let's hear your comments in the section below. Please remember to subscribe, and thank you for watching.